Hey, this is Jordan Belfort, the real Wolf of Wall Street, and you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the universe. In studio, we have Tim Garden running for Missouri House Rep in the 78th District.
That's correct.
Awesome. And on the line, we have Ray, porn superstar. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Not too bad. Have you ever talked to two political candidates on an interview before?
I have not over the phone. I have over Skype or Zoom.
Oh, this is probably the first. This is gonna be an interesting episode. I feel like with in studio and on the line. It's crazy. So what? Tell us a little about yourself.
So I have been doing professional porn for about 6 months. But before that, I did a lot of amateur stuff, recreational stuff, just for fun. I've been doing gangbangs. That's what I do. For the last 3 years, I've done 35 of them, and those were mostly just for fun, recreational. So I'm starting to branch into more professional porn.
That's very well put. That was very well articulated. So, I've never heard someone in their job description be like, "I do gangbangs." That was definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's good to have skills.
Yeah. Yep. Is that a resume option?
I mean, it's a very technical skill.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. So so you've been doing porn for 6 months, you said now?
Yeah, just about 6 months.
What got you into it originally? What drew you to it, I guess?
Well, let's see. I've done a lot of the recreational stuff for a long time, and I was on a few sites looking for guys to set up more events, and I started posting pictures and stuff from the recreational stuff I've been doing, and people loved it. I got such great feedback, and I was like, well, maybe this is something I should start doing professionally. And one of the main reasons I'm doing it is to potentially be a role model for other women, to show them that it's okay to do gangbangs, to be surrounded by dick, and it's okay to be a slut. You just have to do it safely. So.
That's great. That's a great message, I think.
Mm-hmm. Is there a lot of concern that you have about the safety in what you do?
There's great ways to mitigate it. I have a partner who helps me, set up events and screen guys, and you have to have requirements to weed out certain guys from coming to events and whatnot. And then there's always the sexual health component as well. So I have very strict sexual health guidelines for people to attend my events. I won't even suck a guy's dick without a condom if he hasn't been tested within 3 months of an event. So.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. No, I knew you were smart because you in your promo you posted send me you have a Reddit link, and I'm like, okay, use Reddit, you're at least smarter. I feel like, and the way you view this is your perception of it's very well, you don't seem delusional or kind of I don't know, you seem on point.
Very business.
Yeah.
Honestly, very a mission statement and the whole thing.
Yeah, like a lawyer or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your how old are you?
I just turned 27.
27, okay. What is your family think? This is a classic question I kind of ask people. It's kind of cheesy but good. What does your family think about porn stuff?
So they don't know whatsoever. I'm hoping that they never find out. I was raised in a household that they were don't have sex till you're married. So that should tell you everything you need to know about what my parents would think about me doing porn. It's a conversation I keep having in my head on how I will break it to them if it ever comes out. But it's basically a big part of me. This is me showing the world who I am. And if they can't be okay with that, then that's a deeper conversation we'll have to have at some point. So.
It's if you don't love me in my gangbang. I don't know how to finish it. That's got to be a crazy thing to deal with, though, in all sincerity. It's going to be a crazy thing to deal with. So what do they think you do?
They just think I'm a full-time student, which I am. I'm using this to help pay for my higher education. So.
Cool. So you probably will be a lawyer or whatever. What are you going for?
I want to be a PA.
Okay, that's cool. Like, you seem like on point. That's what's fun. I think it's funny, like the more porn stars we talk to and stuff, it's like they. Like, I know it's like everyone's a person and stuff, but it's like you think of like people having like different motives and stuff for porn. It's funny. It's funny to have somebody so balanced. Like it's like as if I was talking to like a rock star or something. He's like, yeah, I'm currently in college. Doing this. It's just like, you know, it's just like something that just kind of like it's awesome how on point you are. It seems like.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of a stepping stone. It's something I truly enjoy. So that was my hesitation of actually doing porn is, will what I love to do, sex and gangbangs, become work, and will I resent it? So I'm hoping that never happens, and I don't come to that point, but that might be the reason I end up stopping doing it. So.
Do you have any questions?
No, I mean, I think that that's the best. I heard a long time ago, whatever you do, just love that you do it. And then when it stops being fun to do, got to find something else. So that totally makes sense.
That's real. That's real, yeah. That's funny. What advice would you have for people trying to get into your industry?
Well, the main thing I would say is be resilient. It's the same thing I tell women when they're trying to get into gangbangs and like group events is you have to be resilient. And I've learned a lot in the last 6 months is most of what I do on a daily basis is promoting, communicating, constantly trying to up my followers and fans and trying to get shoots. Like, it is difficult to actually get shoots. You have to put in a lot of work for it. And a lot of the time they don't work out. So the main thing I would say advice-wise is be resilient and keep working, because eventually the good shoots will come. You just have to keep working for them. So.
When you say that it doesn't work out, can you describe that? Like, what do people say they're gonna do something? They're gonna help you, and then they fall through, or they're just a scam, or?
No, so I've gotten pretty decent at weeding out who's scams and who's not. But a lot of it has to do with when you show up to a shoot, what are the performers like? Does everyone show up? Can you actually get the scenes you're supposed to get? That sort of thing.
So not everyone
and then,
is as professional.
Through talks. Yeah, and through talks with some people, sometimes like communication breaks down and you don't actually go and shoot with them. Or they keep pushing it off, like they're saying you're going to shoot this day, and then they keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, which becomes frustrating. So.
Yeah, they're like, I promise we're going to make this awesome movie, or I promise we're going to do this gangbang shoot, and then it's like, and they're like, it just never comes to fruition. Like,
yeah, only 2 people are there.
Yeah,
only 2 people.
It's hard to do. Hard to do.
How do they cast for a gangbang? I never even thought about that.
So I haven't actually done a professional company gangbang yet, so I don't know. A lot of what I've done is more amateur gangbang type stuff at this point.
Well, how would you organize an amateur gangbang?
So I have a list of requirements. For myself personally, I try not to have sex with anyone over 45. That's just my own personal requirement. And then the STD testing really weeds out a lot of people. I like there to be a history of clean STI tests. So I try to get 2 or 3 clean tests. And then, if we're going to do an unprotected event within 14 days, which is industry standard for unprotected. And then respect is always a big thing for me. A lot of people message me and think they can just talk to me in a certain way. Just because I'm really slutty doesn't mean you can immediately call me those words. I like those words, but I like to be seen as and talked to as a person first. And then another requirement, it's not actually a requirement, but having some experience being around other men is kind of a need in the gangbang. You kind of need to know how you're going to react around, I like really large events, like 20 plus guys in the. So you have to be able to perform around other men. So
that's crazy. So where do you find these people? Like Instagram or something, or?
Where can you find me?
No. Where do you like say you're looking for people? Say I'm shooting a gangbang. I'm like as a director or something. Like where would you find the people? Where would you find the people? That's something that, like people are just like. Is it like a a job hire? It's like normally it'd be like there's like an ad or something or like a post or something. I was just trying to figure out the process. I don't know your industry that well.
So for me, setting up my own event, I use a few like swinger sites. The main one is FetLife. It's a very open-minded site for any like BDSM and like group events that you want to set up. And they have a pretty easy way to set up your own events and like set up your requirements and whatnot. So I've been successful with that, setting up my own events through FetLife. And then there are organizations and networks all over the country for gangbangs. So you just have to get in with the right people, and hopefully they can set up an event for you.
So there's gangbang conventions?
There's not conventions. I wish. That would be awesome. But there are groups and networks, established networks, all over the country. I know of 2 in Colorado that are really good. That you can tell them, I want this date, I want this many guys, and we're going to do this, and they will set it up.
That's crazy. You guys all have to go to dinner first, or like?
Not really. I mean, you kind of meet face to face once.
Yes, I know if it's like a.
Or not, you can talk on the phone also. My main thing, what I'm looking for with organizers for an event, is I like there to be a line between the organizer and who participates. So normally when you organize the event, I don't really want you participating.
Right.
That way you have a clear mind. That doesn't work for all organizers. Some of them want to participate.
Yeah. Depends on how
and
much
then
Molly you
another
take.
thing is... Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I said it just depends on how much Molly you take if you want to be an organizer and a participant.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, I gotta be both. No, I'm both.
Definitely.
I'm an entrepreneur.
And then another thing is, are they established? Have they done a lot of them? Do they have a good group of guys that they can actually pull from? And so just like when I'm looking for shoots, I ask for references. So I'll be like, do you have 3 women or, people that you've set up events for? Can I talk to them? And then I usually talk to the references, see what it's like.
So there's gangbang references. There's gangbang references. That's interesting.
There are for established networks that have done a lot of them. They have women who you can talk to, just like with any producer for a scene. You ask them for references. I'd hope women are asking for references to make sure that producer's like good, and you should be shooting with them.
Right, that's interesting. I just never thought about that. It's like in buzzwords, it sounds hilarious though. Like, it just sounds like funny in like words though. You're like, was he one of the 24 people that fucked you or not? Like, it's like yes or no. Was Steven here?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Funny.
That's crazy to think about. So what's like the craziest thing you've seen in the porn industry so far, been a part of potentially, or it may have happened to a friend allegedly, or what's the craziest thing that's happened so far? Like
That's hard. There's a lot. I mean, there's always talks of like the bad things happening, them showing up to a shoot and it's actually not a person affiliated with like the company, or they're put in like an escorting situation, or there are companies that are like actually signing releases and things like that. So there's all these scandals all over that happen. I've been lucky with the way that me and my partners train people. I haven't had anything bad happen to me. It's just mostly what I've heard through the grapevine of other people happening to them.
I feel like I'm talking to a porn star's lawyer. Like I feel like you're just on point. Like it's crazy. I didn't expect that. It's like because your bio said like what did it say? It goes, the whore you've been waiting for. It's like what it says, and then you're just like this articulate person. You're you're just super articulate.
I want to come off as I love sex, and you can see it by the way that I perform on camera. I love everything I'm doing. It's all genuine and real and raw. But I also, I'm not unintelligent. I know how to like speak, and I'm working towards my advanced degree, so there's that as well.
Yeah, you're.
But I am very slutty and dirty. I'm actually naturally shy, which is the crazy part. Is I love to be gangbanged by tons of guys, but I'm actually a naturally shy, introverted person. So
it's kind of like the Clark Kent of the industry here. You have the 2 personalities, the very understated one, and then you have the very overstated one. That's very good.
And you were a medic.
Yeah, it's very different.
You were a medic and a sergeant in the military also, though?
I was. Yep, I was in for 6 years.
So you're a veteran. That's crazy. So what time frame or whatever? What branch?
I was in the Army.
Cool. That's crazy. So
It's
a veteran,
very cool. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
definitely a veteran and a gangbang participator.
Mm-hmm.
The same. You'd be anything in America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So where are you from originally?
I was born in Idaho, and then I moved to Colorado when I was about 12.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're in Missouri right now, so yeah, close to Idaho-ish, I guess.
Yep.
We're in the same country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And continents.
I mean,
so.
I lived in New Zealand all of last year,
Ooh.
so I spent a year abroad, which was awesome.
That is awesome.
But yeah.
I've heard New Zealand is beautiful.
Yeah, it's surreal. It's like you're living in like Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. So it says you also, outside of recreational gangbangs, you also hang out with your pets. In your bio, it says that in your bio. Like, what kind of pets
I
do you have?
do, yeah. So I have.
Sounds
Well, I
like a
just
lot.
recently adopted 2 new kittens. So I have 2 cats, 2 kittens. I didn't mean on getting 2 kittens, but they're siblings, so I can tear them apart.
Mm-hmm.
And a golden retriever.
Interesting. Yeah, like, definitely an interesting life, it seems like.
And the golden retriever gets along with 4 cats in the house?
Yeah, she's a lover. So
Okay.
she's probably like scared of them, so she just like lets them do whatever they want to her, and she'll sit there. So
There's strength in numbers.
yeah.
That's funny. So do you have any questions for us?
I mean, not really.
Me neither.
I mean,
Me neither. So what, I guess, where do you see yourself going with this? Like, your career and stuff like that, where do you see it going, I guess?
well, I would love to have an opportunity to shoot with the high tier companies. There are things that I have yet to do that I've been wanting to do successfully, like a successful bukkake. I've tried to set them up numerous times, and it never happens like it does in a porn video. The guys never come one after another. I'm looking forward to just being glazed like a donut, one after another, boom, boom, boom. And so I'm hoping I'll be able to get that with a high-end company. And then, yeah, I just want to bring large gangbangs back to the main stage and high-end porn. That would be one of my goals as well. So I'm hoping I can get an opportunity to do that. If not, I'll just keep working at it. And then once I get my license, become a PA, I'll probably stop doing this. Just because you can't be, a licensed medical provider and be doing porn. That's a big no. So once that happens, I'll go back to just doing it under the radar recreationally, because gangbangs is who I am, and I'll constantly have to be gangbanged probably until I no longer can be. It'll probably be written somewhere in my will, like in my when I'm in a nursing home, how I want to die is just get gangbanged until I have orgasms until I die. That would probably be like the best way to die.
It sounds like your grandma.
Weird, mine too.
So-
It's a coincidence.
Must be common.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Do you want to throw any social media or anything like that before we get out of here, or what do you think? Or where should people follow you, more or less?
So I'm all over, but I'm on Instagram, Ray of Sunshine 529. I'm on Twitter, Rock Porn All Star, Pornhub, Rock Porn All Star as well. And then I have my own website, rayray.live. And then on my Twitter, you can find all my links, and you'll be able to find me everywhere through that. So.
Awesome. Well, everybody follow Ray Ray on all social media, and look out for future gangbangs she might be in.
Yeah.